Well, ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived for the first of our professional titles on the line here tonight at XFC 36. And we'll kick things off with the professional atomweight champion contested over 5 5-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, she weighed in at 47.5 kilos and trains out of Evolution MMA. She holds an undefeated amateur record of 2 wins and 0 defeats and an undefeated professional record of 1 win with 0 defeats. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kim the War Girl Piper. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She weighed in at 47.6 kilos and trained out of Black Dragon Kai and Fight Club Jiu-Jitsu, holding a professional MMA record of 3 wins for just 1 loss. Please welcome the reigning, defending XFC Atomweight Champion, Kaela Tiger Banney.
Okay, ladies, you know my expectations. Make sure you listen like fun all the times, defend yourselves all the time. For the belt, ladies, good luck to you both. Get back ready to fight. Let's go.
Your referee in charge of the action, Peter Hickmott.
Round number 1 of this XFC atomweight title. Kaela the Tyler Banney versus Kim Wargirl Piper. Banney's first defense since she won the title.
And that was at XFC 34, the last time we were in this building. And she put on an amazing performance versus Brooke Kenrick.
Banney gets stronger and stronger every time I see her fight. I'm very excited to watch this one.
Yeah, she's only so young, and every time you see her, like you were saying, just making great strides in her overall MMA game. Of course, spent some time in Thailand to work on her Thai boxing, and phenomenal jiu-jitsu practitioner as well. A blue belt with a bunch of state titles to her name, and there's that straight right down the pipe, kick things off.
Taking nothing away from the girl from WA, Perth, Kim Piper. She's 41 versus 21. There's a big age difference, but she's fit as a fiddle. She's a fitness instructor. We're in for a treat tonight.
Yeah, Kim Piper, tell you what, she has a lot of heart as well. Ate a huge shot in her pro debut, managed to come back and still get the W, so she's certainly not short on heart.
Yeah, she definitely showed power in that fight as well.
Yes.
And not only that, but when we spoke to Kaela, she said she'd been working on her power because in the last fight, she completely dominated the fight. But, you know, if you could say one thing about it is, you know, maybe just a little bit more power behind her shots and she could have finished that fight, Ben.
Look, I like Kaela. She's very technical. She's using that outside leg kick to effect at the moment. She's controlling that distance.
Super technical, Kaela Banney.
Taking her time. She's very methodical.
Both girls look very focused here.
I like that she's thinking about what she's doing here. Banney, very clinical.
Not only that, first couple of Kim pushing forward here, looking to initiate a bit of grappling exchange.
Yeah, I like that pressure by Piper. Takes Banney out of her comfort zone, but Banney doing a good job now. Cage control, applying the pressure.
This is where I was interested to see how this fight would play out. The physicality of Kim is really quite impressive for this division. And only atomweight's 47.5 kilos, what they both weighed in at. And but look at this, Kaela turning her around and at the moment controlling her on the fence.
Well, let's not forget that in Kaela's last fight where she did win the belt, she had amazing cage control.
Great cage control.
She really did, you know, push Brooke around up against the cage. So,
and I trained with Brooke, and I tell you what, she is very strong for her size too. So for Kaela to do that to Brooke, I was super impressed.
Shout out to Brooke.
Shout out to Brooke.
Nice knees in the clinch.
Very composed is Banney. Nice little burst there from Piper.
Very, very, very strong cage wrestling here.
And one thing that I was really impressed with in her last fight, Kaela Banney, was her head position against the cage, and straight away, beautiful stuff. But Kim now looking to turn, but hard to do if you don't have the underhook on the side that you're trying to turn to. So unfortunately, that one not successful there for the War Girl.
Yeah, I remember shouting out in that fight, her head pressure was amazing. So 100% there, Dan. You are on the ball tonight, my friend.
Oh, I'm trying. Call it how you see it, Wombat.
Banney now has those hands clasped tight around Piper's back. Landing a few knees for points. A few little foot stomps there as well.
First one
Muay
landed.
Thai.
First one landed.
Love the old school foot stomps.
And here we go, Kim Piper, she gets the turn now. So let's see what she's got.
Yeah, she used that underhook there, did a lovely turn. Piper now looking for the trip. She's going to have to transition that body height a little bit lower.
And it's the first time in the fight that Kim's dictating where the fight's taking place.
Kaela with double unders now too. It's a tough position for Kim to get much control from if she doesn't have any underhooks. And there we go,
great
there's the
job.
turns out. Dominic Cruz, of course, one of the UFC commentators, famous for just waffling on about underhooks, but against the cage in wrestling scrambles and wrestling transitions, they are so important.
If you're on the bottom on the ground, or if you're up against the cage.
Yeah, it's back and forth here with these girls.
I think they're just sorting themselves out early here, lads. This first round, they're sort of testing each other's strength, a little bit of back and forth. I reckon this next round's really going to open up. Only 10 seconds left in the round.
Look, this is a 5-by-5. This is a pro fight, so there's a long way to go.
Nice round. Great opening round.
Round number 2, the XFC 36 of this atomweight title. Kaela Banney versus Kim Wargirl Piper. Referee in centre cage, Pete Hickmont.
And another interesting Southpaw versus Orthodox battle here. I love watching these. Spoke a bit earlier in the night about that outside foot position being really important. So as you can see there, Kim shuffling to the outside to land that lead leg kick there, and a little switch there. So the girl's really mixing it up on the feet.
Yeah, I like Kaela's setups here too. She's not throwing singles, she's getting inside, and when she is, she's doing the damage.
Beautiful timing on the low kick there.
Kaela Banney, she spent a lot of time at Tiger Muay Thai over in Thailand in shows.
I actually interviewed her after her win. You check that out on Ramen Chokehold, everyone. And she was talking about how good it was for her to go over there for such a long period. And she implored anyone who was thinking about it to go over there.
Look, It certainly is an experience. I've spent a lot of time over at Tiger in past years myself. A lot of great champions come out of Tiger.
Speaking of Ramen Chokehold, big shout out to John from Kumite Radio. You can find his stuff on Ramen Chokehold. He interviewed all of the professional guys going for titles tonight. Big shout out for John.
Yeah, great to see the media coverage here of XFC 36.
Banney, cage pressure again. She's got the underhooks.
Kim's actually up on the cage there. If you have a look at her feet.
Concept. That's not the first time she's done that either. She did this in the first round as well. It just gives her a little bit extra height, a little bit extra leverage. Banney with those inside knees.
Crowd's starting to get involved now.
Yeah, both girls broke now.
Oh, nice right hand landing. Rock the head back there, Banney.
And now Piper with similar cage control. Can she transition low enough to get this takedown? Back and forth.
Landing lots of knees up against the cage here. They're definitely going to take their toll. Kim pushing up against off the fence there, getting a couple of inches of height. Very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen this before.
I guess what she's trying to do is maybe take a little bit of pressure off those underhooks if she's a little bit higher, but it's going to make it hard for her to get a strong base and dig for underhooks of her own.
Yeah, 100%. And Kaela's taking advantage by landing all these knees as well.
Banney, great pressure. She's got those underhooks, so she's in control.
This is grueling, isn't it, lads?
Oh, the amount of cardio it takes to wrestle like this on the cage for already, we're only towards the end of the second round. We've still got another 3 rounds of this, so these ladies are well and truly finely tuned athletes.
There.
Right in front of us here now, fighting for Hen.
We saw earlier that strength from Piper. It's there. Piper trying to turn with that overhook. Got to pop it out now and use that pressure. Banney doing a great job defending.
Nice knee lands. Absolute knee festival, lads.
Banney dictating this fight with the knees.
Another foot stomp. And Kim really does need to separate here, I feel. You know, Kaela is pushing up against the fence. In the judge's eyes, that's probably going to go in her favour.
Without doubt, Wombat, without doubt.
Yeah, with 40 seconds to go, you've got to imagine that she probably took the first round and well and truly on her way to making it 2 rounds. And look at this, guard pull from the War Girl.
30 seconds to go. This is going to be very interesting. War Girl on top.
It is a very, very interesting move there from Kim.
Yeah, especially with this late in the round. Maybe a little earlier in the round, give you some time to set something up from the bottom as far as an offensive submission is concerned. But 15 seconds to go here. Tiger Banney's just going to drown out the clock.
She's got those ankles crossed. She looks to go high guard.
10 seconds left.
Maybe too little, too late.
Good to see her trying something else, though. There it is, round number 2. It's in the books. Who have you got it for at home, ladies and gentlemen?
Seconds out, round number 3, XFC 36.
Just looking in the corner in between rounds. Kim's blowing a little bit here. Sucking in the big ones. Kaela looks the fresher of the fighter, but you know what? She's dictating the play, isn't she? So that really should be the case.
Yeah, exactly. It's super tiring when you're forced into perhaps a game plan that you weren't prepared for. And you've got to remember too, Kaela's gone 5 rounds in her last fight. She's fought 25 minutes before. This is a new thing for Kim Piper.
She's pulling guard again.
Oh, interesting.
Big slam.
Very interesting. Very, very interesting.
Looking over at Kim's corner and Darren over there shouting instructions.
Will
I wonder if that was part of the plan.
High guard here. Well, she certainly looked like it was part of the plan. That's why I'm looking. Is she going to look to switch to a high guard here? Does she have something in the books? Does she have something up her sleeve? There's the high guard.
I guess you got to appreciate the fact that Kim really knew things weren't going her way. They're getting pushed up against the fence, so just trying to take the fight to a different area might just be something worth chancing your hand out at the moment with round 3 and you're already 2 rounds down.
Sometimes you've got to switch to that game plan B. If A's not working, we've got to switch to B, and that's a good job by Piper.
Yeah, 100%. You don't want to just keep doing the same thing if you feel you're losing the fight.
At this stage, though, it was an interesting thing. You know, she's got Kaela on top now, so she's got to do something.
She has a strong overhook on Kaela's right arm. I'm not quite sure. She might be looking to set something up, but no,
she's
she's
giving that up.
And Kaela is a blue belt, Kim a white belt.
Yep, Kaela, of course, a few state championships and other things in her jiu-jitsu accolades. So very talented. Been a blue belt for a few years too. So tell you what, the way that she looks on the ground, she might be knocking on that purple belt door sooner rather than later.
Also trained by an ex-XFC champion in Daniel Lima.
Wasn't he the best back in the day, Wombat?
Oh, mate, unbelievable. If you like old school Australian MMA, he was awesome to watch.
If you ever want to watch some great fights.
Pretty sure you can check that out on XFC's YouTube channel, Banney.
I bet you could. I bet you could. Daniel Lima.
Well, I like what Kim's doing here from the bottom. She's actually framing on Kaela's face and trying to hit some short elbows.
Pete's having a good look at this. Hickmont Doesn't call for more action, but he's having a really, really long look at this position.
Yeah, Piper off her back. She's still punching, and she's got some elbows on the crossface. Not enough to bother Kaela too much, but she's still busy from bottom.
Oh, Kaela landed a nice elbow there. And it looks like that really got Kim's attention. That slowed her down a little bit.
It was a bold game plan to pull guard. Let's see if it pays off. Looking to use that butterfly now. She's got that foot in hip.
Nice elbow from bottom from Kim. Pushing on the face and landing the elbow. Done it again.
Kaela.
Posturing up.
Yeah, watch for these up kicks. Watch for these up kicks.
She's letting her up. Now it's going to be very interesting to see what Kim's game plan is from here. She's pulled guard a couple of times. Couldn't get too much working off in the submission area.
I think she's going to have to shoot one back. She's probably going to fancy herself in top position rather than that bottom position.
Kaela landing here.
Oh, beautiful dirty boxing there with the uppercut straight to the underhook and turn. Technically beautiful there from our current atomweight champion.
Yeah, she's very sound, isn't she?
Beautiful stuff.
Banney, no stranger to Muay Thai or boxing. She's had 6 Muay Thai fights. She's had 1 or 2 boxing fights.
She's done a really good job too of transitioning her Muay Thai clinch into a clinching in MMA against the cage. Even in that last little transition we saw then, those dirty boxing uppercuts. Hard to do with the big gloves in Muay Thai, but here in the MMA cage, 4-ounce gloves, much easier to slide through the middle and get your opponent.
Been very effective tonight.
Oh, nice shot.
That's what I'd like to see more of, those dirty little elbows sneaking through. Elbows on the break.
And like we said,
very
Kaela
effective.
looking the fresher of the fighter. We'd like to see her push the pace a little bit here and put a little bit more pressure on Kim.
Yeah, well, with under a minute now to go in the third round, at this rate, we will be heading into the championship round. So if Kim's starting to get a little bit tired, you're right, it will be the time for Kaela to really start ramping things up.
It's been a very physical bout thus far. The champion doing a very sound job.
And like we said before, this doesn't look like too much is going on, but if you are in there doing this cage wrestling, it's taxing, isn't it?
It is so
It's
tiring.
grueling.
Landing some shots here, working the knees. Nice little elbow there at the end of the round.
And we will go into the championship rounds. As we move into round number 4 of this sensational atomweight bout, Kaela Banney versus Kim Piper.
I'm sure you can hear the crowd in our mics, guys.
Yep, things are getting rowdy here at Mansfield Tavern.
The atmosphere really starting to lift.
Co-main and main event still to come. Professional featherweight and professional heavyweight title to follow this one, so strap in, we're not done yet.
We are not.
These later rounds, we're going to see what the champ's made of.
And like you were saying at the end of that last round, but I'd really like to see Kaela turn up the heat here and maybe even try and look for a finish at some point.
Oh,
Beautiful.
nice leg kick there.
Yeah, she's working very well with that distance.
Let's pull it out again.
So Kaela had a little mouse under her eye at the end of the last round, and I think it was from one of those short elbows from the bottom from Kim Piper. So
Yeah, I think you're right,
interesting
Dan.
little tactic. But
I think you're right.
well, if it's damaging her opponent, maybe it's worth going back to.
Not sure how the judges are going to see this, though. She's on her back again.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Really hard to win rounds off your back.
Banney very strong.
Yeah, you're a brave judge if you give the round to the person who's been on their back for a few minutes. So I'd like to see Kim try and sweep here, maybe end up on top.
Great base there from Kaela too. Keeping her weight up really high. Hard to look for any submissions when Kaela's shoulders are over the top of Kim's like that.
Shout of elbows from the crowd. Bit of crowd coaching going on.
Oh, it always happens. The later in the night, the more you get.
The libations are flowing here at the Mansfield Tavern.
High guard from Piper. Just trying to look for a bit of room here. That's all she needs. She kicked one of those legs up over the shoulder.
Looks like Kaela's more than happy to stay in guard as well and try and drop some bombs. I mean, like we said, she's winning the fight in this position. Oh, there it is.
Referee Peter Hickmont stands the fighters up.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah,
And
good
here
stand
comes
up.
the champ.
Not a bad shout from Pete either. Not too much doing on the ground there.
Yeah, I like that decision.
Nice right hand lands from Kim.
Beautiful shot by Piper.
Oh, 3 unanswered leg kicks there.
Remember at the end of Kaela's last fight, she really battered Brooks' legs and actually knocked Brooks.
Oh, head kick lands! Big head kick.
That right hand didn't slow down the champ. As she's pouring them on now with that cage pressure.
Classic Muay Thai setup for that head kick too. Goes to the legs 3 times. Kim expecting that kick to go low, and Kaela swings it high.
Pretty sure that's only the first or second attempt that she's actually thrown high as well, Dan.
Yeah, really
Piper
great
wasting
job.
a lot of energy as Banney goes to the back. She'll transition to the front. Can
Right.
she step over?
2 minutes to go. I'd like to see her
Slide
a
that
little
right
bit more
leg
aggressive.
through. She may get mount.
Kim does a good
To
job.
half.
Kaela's going to let her up maybe.
I think Kaela would nearly be wise to let her up here.
Well, the bull's going to stop him and stand him up. Kim really, you can start seeing now all those knees and all the pressure that Kaela's put on Kim is starting to pay dividends.
That cumulative pressure is starting to take its toll.
So Kaela with another nice head kick there, now pushing against the cage. Beautiful knees in the clinch yet again.
Nice elbow. That 3-point pressure with her head down, like you said before, is really good up against the cage, isn't it?
Yeah, it really makes things hard for Kim to try and improve her position. Oh, beautiful upwards elbow. This is just a masterclass of clinch work from Kaela Tiger Banney. And I tell you what, taking nothing away from the war girl, Kim Piper, she is as tough as nails.
Less than a minute of round number 4.
She's definitely not looking for a way out, is she? She's still fighting, she's still throwing elbows, trying to land shots. Would like to see a dig underhook here and try and turn Kaela around, but Kayla's just on her all the time, isn't she?
Yeah, so strong in this position.
Well, we've called time here.
I've lost a mouthpiece,
Guard,
maybe.
I think.
No, just a little bit of fixing the cage up here. Just a little bit of Velcro coming loose there, nothing too much doing. Gives Kim a little bit of a breather.
Yep.
Want to see Kim throw some power. Nice right hook there.
Nice right hook.
Banney looking to finish
Oh,
out
Banney
this round strong.
answers with a straight right. Oh, she's swarming her now. Crowd's starting to get behind her. Little bit of Randy Couture dirty boxing there.
Yeah, listen to that crowd. They're loving this.
There it
And
is.
it'll go the distance.
It's the end of round 4.
We're going into the 5th now. XFC 36. 5th and final round of this atomweight title fight.
I don't know
champ.
Don't know about you guys, but I think Kim's got to come out and finish the fight here to win. She lands a nice right hand there.
The champ, Kaela Banney, doing everything she can now. She's going to be hard to stop. Piper, I'm thinking she's going to need the finish.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say Kaela's probably 4 rounds up at the moment. So coming into the 5th and final round, looking over at Kim's corner in between the rounds there, and they were very animated, pleading their fight and really try to push the pace here. And Kim looks like she's got a bit of a second wind. Looked a bit tired there at the end of that 3rd round, but she's really kind of found her wind again as Kaela lands a nice 1-2.
100%, and she's actually getting a little bit of success with a straight right hand. And that's the 3rd one she's landed this round.
Yeah, Banney now pouring it on. I like this.
She's changed it up into orthodox stance, and that right hand's starting to get
Comes the
through.
champ. Piper's got that leg. Spinning back fist there by Banney.
More knees coming.
Yes, that might have been a call from her corner to switch it to orthodox and maybe just throw off Kaela's game plan a little bit.
I love this from Banney. Look at that determination. She's biting down on that mouth guard. She's got that look on her face.
Kim's pulled guard again.
Yeah, interesting decision. If she's down on these rounds, she's really got to come up with a submission now.
Very interesting decision because she was actually starting to have some success on the feet.
As far as the exchanges go on the feet, yeah, I agree, Woman. That was probably some of the best work we've seen from Kim in this fight.
What tricks does Piper have up her sleeve? The girl from WA.
And Kaela's going to be more than happy to camp out here, score some points. There she goes, landing a few short lefts. Mind her P's and Q's.
Yeah, Kaela's spent a fair bit of time in guard in this fight and hasn't really showed too much as far as passing is concerned. She's been pretty content to just stay in Kim's guard and drop these elbows.
Slicing elbow there by Banney. That was quite successful if she could do it again, and she does.
Nice elbows here.
Very slicing. She's loading it again. I like this.
Kim got to move her hips here. Get something off.
Yeah,
Keeps grabbing that high guard, but not too much doing.
Piper trying to get some room and shuffle those hips. Unsuccessful thus far.
Dan, if you're in Kim's corner, mate, what are you yelling out for here, mate?
Look, I want to see her back up on the feet, back in that orthodox stance and try and land that straight right down the pipe. Like we mentioned earlier, before she pulled guard, it was probably some of her best work on the feet. And you know what that might have been attributed to is the fact that Kaela's team probably came in here preparing for a southpaw. Kim switched it up and gone orthodox, and all of a sudden, all of Kaela's tools that were working, she'll now have to change.
Banney staying nice and heavy. Hips in very tight.
Yeah, Kim's got to take some risks now on the ground. Oh, no, Pete's standing him up. Not enough action for him.
Yeah, and fair enough. No, Kaela not really looking to pass there. Kim not really looking for any submissions.
Look, we've got just over a minute and a half to go now. This is going to be a sprint to the finish.
Nice cross-check there from Kaela Banney.
Banney working very well off that
up
jab.
kick. Nelly hits the chin there. Nice jab. Nice leg kick.
This is what I like to see.
Yeah, that is.
Look at those leg kicks. They have taken their toll.
That is the danger of going orthodox against a leg kicker like Kaela Banney. Opens up that power shot to the lead leg.
Boys, I'm not going to be able to walk tomorrow after seeing this many leg kicks.
Yeah, she landed a few nice ones on Brooke Kenrick in her last fight. And, well, only spending a very small portion of this one in orthodox is Kim Piper, but paying for it as far as the legs are concerned.
1 minute to go of this atomweight championship bout. Can Kaela the Tiger Banney retain her title?
It's looking that way, Ben. Kim's really going to have to do something special to finish the fight from here. Pete's looking to break him up again by the look of it. Another nice elbow from Kaela
Kaela's
in
still
tight.
busy in this position, so he's going to let her work. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. If Piper wants it, she's got to go get it.
There it is.
Final 15 seconds. Banney very straight. I love this. Big way to finish.
Here we go. The swarming's
He's
coming
had
on
to
hard.
go.
There's a little bit of extra time than what we thought because of that stoppage there.
Here comes the Tiger.
Listen for the clapper. There it is. 10 seconds to go.
Nice elbows landed there by Banney. She's finishing out very strong.
And there it is. It's all over.
And let's be honest, and still.
All right, so we have the team at Incredo here to help us crown our atomweight champion. And ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. All 3 judges score the bout 50-45 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still, the XFC atomweight champion, Kaela Tiger Banney. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with and still the XFC professional atomweight champion, Kaela. A shutout, 5 rounds to 0, 50-45 on all judges' scorecards. Dominant performance here in what is your first title defense. Talk me through the game plan coming in here tonight.
The game plan was to try and beat her out striking on the feet. So she was doing a really good job with that inside the guard. Wasn't giving me much. I give her credit to that. I was really watching for the triangles and hoping that I wasn't going to make a mistake. So she was really tying me up. But yeah, the game plan: be quick, be sharp, and work on my strikes and try and get those shots in.
Well, one thing that was impressive as always was your clinch work. That head position, underhooks, knees, elbows, it was all on point. Give us a little explanation of how your team works in your training camps.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'm really lucky to have my coach, Rob, here from Gladstone. He was my coach since I was, like 7 years old. It's all started with him. And then I moved to the Gold Coast where I've been training under Daniel, Gav and Geordie. So everyone here has been, helping me out heaps, all my team at Fight Club. So it's been a really good camp, yeah.
Well and truly a lifelong martial artist, Kaela. What can we expect for you next?
I guess, just keep building on here. Get my strength back up. Also been working with Paulo, my strength and conditioning coach, so it never ends. There's always something next. Just keep building and getting better.
Well done. Well and truly a phenomenal performance. Another round of applause for our XFC atomweight champion, Kaela Tiger Banney. And well, ladies and gentlemen, before we move into our co-main event of the evening, some exciting news hot off the press from our XFC promoter, Matt Walton. We can, start to announce XFC 37. It will take place November 2nd here at the Mansfield Tavern. And more excitingly, we have potentially the first of our professional titles booked. We are looking to make the former amateur light heavyweight champ, John Martin Fraser, taking on the #1 ranked light heavyweight, Nathan Reddy. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. John Fraser, Nathan Reddy, make your way into the cage, gentlemen. So I'm going to have a quick chat to the boys. John, you've had a pretty stellar amateur career and you've turned it into a phenomenal start as a professional. Pretty excited to be getting this title shot, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely. And especially against a good experienced fighter like Nathan. It's a good opportunity for me to get my foot in the door, and it's a good hard fight for me, and I'm raring for it. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Ready to go. Great team behind you. What are you expecting come November 2nd?
Say it again, sorry. Oh, well, it's going to be a hard fight. I've always come to fight, and expect Nathan does. I'm not walking into this cage expecting not for my hand to get raised. I always come in here to win and win well, and I just expect to have a good fight. I've had two unfortunate pullouts for the last couple of months. I'm really excited to get back in there.
Well, round of applause. Former amateur champ. We'll see him battle for the title, John Martin Fraser. And I'll now turn over to Nathan Reddy. Nathan also must be pretty stoked to be getting this title shot. You've had a phenomenal career, the #1 ranked light heavyweight in the country. How are you feeling coming into XFC 37?
Yeah, you're going pretty good up here. I just come for a little trip to watch the light heavyweight title that was vacant, but it seems to be that all the light heavyweights in Australia seem to pull out of all the fights these days. I've had 2 shows pull out of me, one back-to-back. So I'll come up here to watch this one, and this one's pulled out. So I was hoping to watch him in action. I knew he was going to get his hand raised. All credits. I know you got a fight in Nitro in 4 weeks. Wish you all the best, because I want you here fresh. And we'll bang down. Let's get it going.
Phenomenal words there from our 2 light heavyweight title challengers. One more round of applause. John Martin Fraser and Nathan Reddy.